Alright, what's up everybody? So, back playing some Pocket Mortys. Been away from it for a little bit, but I played it as been getting some more badges. So I've got 54 badges now. Obviously it's just repeated styles over and over again, nothing really that great. Nothing else has happened at the moment, still not found a use for the Roy VR helmet, probably be in later updates. So at the moment I'm just collecting badges really to make it easier for the game updates, but that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video is tips and strategies that you could hopefully employ to make your game easier or just give you something to do, you know, at certain points. So especially at the beginning, I guess, when the game is more difficult, and then it gets a lot easier later on when you get access to more items and more schmeckles and stuff like that.
I keep getting older, but they keep saying the same age.
So, obviously, you go into a random dimension every time. So you're gonna want, so that when you first start, you're gonna have like 2 Mortys, and then that's gonna be it. And you're gonna see items floating around. You're gonna see Mortys running around, and you want to get as much stuff as you can. I'd suggest collecting as many of these floating items as possible. Obviously, you can only store 10 at a time, but if you can collect as many as possible, it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier later on. And also, there's these crafting stations in more or less every dimension. Some of the starter ones don't have them, but later on you'll see them more or less everywhere. So you can start your crafting of especially serum, which is just a battery and a phlebe, plutonic rock battery and a bacteria, and Halsinger, which is battery, phlebe, and bacteria. Those are your 3 key ones that you're going to want to try and make at the beginning. So you're going to be wanting to stock up on a shit ton of batteries. You can carry 10 at a time, and then just phlebes and bacteria whenever you can get them. And you can also make a battery as well. Forgot about that. Battery, where are you? Tin can, cable, and a phlebe. I mean, just straight away, already in this level, I've just walked around. There's already a tin can and a cable right there. I just have to try and find a phlebe in order to get a, what's it called? In order to craft a battery, and that's it, done. Easy stuff. And obviously, I've got another video that shows all your crafting recipes as well. But those 3 are the key ones that I would recommend you try and remember and to stock up before you go in each one. Obviously, if you've not got those items and you're really in desperate need, you can always access Rick's shop at any point. Obviously, not everyone's going to have that, like 100,000 schmeckles, but you know, the longer you play the game, the more attacking you do, you generally just start acquiring more and more, and you don't really spend them as much. So yeah, so at the beginning you get like 20 and 30 schmeckles, and I mean the serum's only 250, so it's not too many battles, but if you can make it, you're gonna save yourself a lot of money. But those 3, so serum, plutonic rock, Halsinger, try and craft as many of those as you can from the stations. The next big thing is obviously you're going into battle. What you're gonna need? Mortys. What you're going to need to get some more Mortys? Morty manipulated chips. For 500 schmeckles, they're not bad. At the beginning of the game, I would try and save as much money as possible and just buy your Morty chips. You can also make them, but I think it's a big pain in the ass. Yeah, you've got to get supercharged battery, a motherboard, and a tin can. Supercharged battery is not really too bad. It's just turbulent gel and a battery. But the motherboard then gets a bit... no, circuit board. Is that just I think circuit board's a standard piece of... Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's just a circuit board. So a circuit board's not too bad. But the supercharged battery can sometimes be a bit hard, because turbulent gel sometimes is quite rare to find. Well, for me, as I played through, I found that is probably one of the rarer items. Or it's one of the items that is used more often. So it decreases quicker. But you know, you can always make some if in doubt. But I tend to save my schmeckles. I tended to save mine just to buy the Morty chips. So in order to increase my Morty count as much as possible. Obviously, each Morty you can go from dimension to dimension, And say if you die in a dimension, the next time you go into a new dimension, the Mortys will probably be the same level as they were in the last dimension. The Mortys levels and the players' Mortys levels are all relative to how many badges you have. So, for example, at the moment, my badges, I have 54. So, the levels of the people probably be like plus or minus 3 of that. So, probably be around 50 up to like 58 or so. Play for if I battle someone or a wild Morty. Let's try and find that wild Morty. Where did it go? Where did you go, you bastard? Come here. Oh, just spam A. So it's 54, which is exactly how many badges I have.
Time to take him out.
Obviously, well, we'll just take this out because I don't need to catch it. But obviously, then you just weaken it. He's gonna die anyway. But if you get it in the red, it's a guaranteed catch.
All right.
So I get 810 schmeckles already now per battle, and that was just a Morty anyway. Oh, some gel. Oh, I don't even. Never mind. So, you're gonna want to get as many as possible. Try and get a nice balance. So, you can never get rid of your original Morty. He's type plus. So, you're gonna keep him. So, you want at least a rock, a paper, and a scissor, and then just one of the other ones. Maybe if you've got a rock but it's kind of weak, get another rock in there just to back it up, just in case. That sort of stuff. All right. So yeah, try and keep a nice balance in your team, but try and catch as many Mortys as possible to give yourself more options later on. What else? Oh, make sure you set your team and heal everything before coming into a dimension. Once you're in a dimension, you can't change your team. You'd have to die, go and change your team and go back. But obviously then you're going to end up in a different dimension. And stuff like that. But you don't lose anything. If you die and you return to the Citadel of Ricks, you don't lose anything. It's not like Pokemon where you lose like 50% of your money or something like that. You just die and we just go back. You keep all your Mortys you've caught. You keep any items you found. Obviously any items you've used are not reimbursed, so they're just used forever. But yeah. Don't be too worried. So if you think, oh shit, I can't really win this, just die, go back, heal up, and just try again on a different dimension, obviously. Next. What is next? Obviously, so you're going to be wanting to earn as many schmeckles as possible in the beginning of the game. So you want to be battling as many people. This is kind of hard. It takes a really takes a big hit on your team and how well they can perform later on in the level. Early dimensions, you only usually have a couple of trainer battles, and then it's the Rick. Later on, there can be upwards of like 6 or 7 trainers on a map, and then the Rick. And if you've not got enough items to heal and refill AP for your attack points and revive stuff, you're gonna be fucked. So obviously you're gonna want to battle as many as possible, but don't sell yourself short where you think, right, I could actually win against the Rick on this level, but I've decided I want to do all the trainer battles instead, and then just lose to the Rick, and then you've lost your chance of getting a badge. And you got to do it all again because you're not going to go back to the same dimension. Like on this level now, I've literally just been on this level for the entirety of the video, and I've not battled one trainer, but I found the Rick. Have a look around, see if you can get to the Rick without battling a trainer. If you can, go battle the Rick straight away. The dimension doesn't end when you finish the Rick. Like, for example, I'll just go and battle this Rick now. Oh, come on. Shut up.
Better watch out. This map only has one Rick. As crazy as me. Knock him out, Morty.
I'll talk about, like, setting your team in a minute. But for my team, it doesn't matter because my one true Morty's been pumped full of attack seeds, so he just one-hits anything regardless of if it's technically his weakness. So, don't worry about this bit. Just going through.
Alright, Morty, just because you won, it doesn't make you the coolest person around or nothing.
Oh, Sparkle. Oh, you tit. You are... Oh, items. No. Dee-dee-dee. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, Morty.
Yeah, continue.
Rip him limb from limb, Morty.
No, we will. Right there. Dee-dee-dee.
Oh, looks like the best Morty won.
Yeah, he did. One true Morty. Of course it's the best one. It's the last in the list at the moment.
Well, you're the
Right,
dumbest
so I got the
Rick I've
badge,
ever heard.
Schmeckles,
Get a better
a
Morty.
chip, and no one cares about. So obviously right now, it's open the dimension so I can go home, and I finished the rig. Right, I'm just gonna go ahead and use some plutonic rock just to heal the AP of this, because moves they're not very high. So try and find a balance in your moves. Don't use the same one all the time if you can help it. So I've battled the Rick now, so which means I can leave at any time. That's me done. But then I'm like, oh, I've still got some items. I've still got some Mortys left alive. I want to battle some trainers. Because as soon as you get back to Citadel of Ricks, you can heal and revive and refill your AP for free at the healing station. So don't battle too much in here and waste all your items. Once you finish the Rick, just do as much as you can, and then just go out or die, whichever really. So now I'm like, oh, I can still battle. So you just go find a trainer like that. Finish the map. I'm like, oh shit, this was a good idea. This wasn't a good idea. You know, and just keep going through each level like that. Sometimes you have to battle a couple trainers before you get to the Rick. I found it's the best way to do it. Your team is the strongest. It's not been weakened. You're from full AP, especially if you can get just on an easy dimension like this, straight to the Rick. Oh, fucking breeze. And I think later on as well, when you've got about, I don't know, 35 badges, it's like, it just gets a right pain in the ass to start like fucking about with all the trainers. You just kind of want to get those badges and just get to finish the Council of Ricks. Well, that's what I was like anyway. So for the last few, I was just go into it. Oh, can I find a way to get to the Rick? Yep, right then. Battle him, exit. Obviously though, the beginning, I do think finding the Rick first, opening the dimension, coming back, battle the trainers, as many as you want, then exit and go and heal it for free. So after each trainer battle, his Schmeckles amount goes slowly up and up and up. The trainers, it never tells you how many trainers are on each battle. You've just got to, on each map even, you just got to keep battling, and then once the little red exclamation mark in the top left hand corner gets a tick at it, there's no more trainers on the map. The floating item box as well is somewhere on the map. I don't really particularly want to find it now. At the beginning of the game, go find those boxes. Sometimes they come with Schmeckles, sometimes they don't. Hit and miss really. The items in it are hit and miss, but usually you get 2 items and some Schmeckles, something around that. And you know, might help you craft some items that you need to win. If you're really in a desperate need to get some Mortys and you've got no manipulator chips, you don't have any items, you can always go to Blip some Chits and go and get one. Obviously if you got some tickets to spare, or if you want to spend your real money. I don't think it, obviously, you don't have to give your money away. If you really had to though. How much is it? Oh, mine's all in yen, but 120 yen, that's about $1. It's about $1 for one ticket. And when you pull the Morty is relative to how many badges you have. Again, everything's relative to the amount of badges you have. So if at the moment mine's at, what's mine again? 55 now. So 55, so I'll probably get a Morty around plus or minus 1. Probably like 54, 55, 56, somewhere around that. That kind of level. So there you go. Next. So we beat Rick. We're going to the trainers. Oh yes. So we found a trainer. We've got.
Oh damn! We got some
So
real Morty.
this trainer has 5 Mortys. We can see, and you can also see what they all are before you go in. So it's never a surprise like Pokemon where you just go in and you go, oh shit, this guy's got a Dragonite and I'm here with my Weedle. I don't think I'm going to win. It's not really that kind of surprise. The one directly behind the trainer is the one they first send out. So in this case, if they turn around, there you go. So this case, this guy's got a Beard Morty. Holy shit, a Beard Morty. Have I seen them before? Well, I have, of course. So you go in your Morty deck, and you scroll down until you see Beard Morty. Here he is. Boom. Click him. About. This guy is a scissors, says right at the top. Go in yours list. Mortys. Oh, one true Morty happens to be rock. Scissors is weak against rock. I've got the home advantage right there. Bang, go into battle. And then, so obviously, so he's going to be sending out Beard first. Shut up, Flago. I'll kick you in there. Kick you
Come
out.
on.
So hopefully now he will send out Beard. There you go. So,
Attack
Beard Morty.
Okay.
Here he is. After that, it's random. Don't know what they're going to send out. Obviously, you've got now the advantage because
making me look good, Morty.
obviously you can look at their whole team first and have a look. Oh, that one's a scissors, that one's a rock, that one's a paper, that one's a rock kind of thing. And then decide. Just keep a mental note. If you need your computer, you can. There's probably a website somewhere where there's a big list of Mortys and tells you every type. You know. Sometimes you can guess. Swimmer Morty, I know he's a rock. So, obviously, I would naturally switch to paper if I was playing this
Rip 'em limb from limb,
at the
Morty.
start. And I didn't have
Do
a...
it, Morty. You just gotta get in there and do it.
And, yeah, stuff like that. There you go. This guy's not been actually pumped full of stuff.
You really took care of that
So this
other
guy's
Morty,
a
didn't you?
rock as
Good
well.
work.
I know that.
We gotta win this
Sometimes
one,
you can
Morty.
guess,
I'm doing
sometimes
the
you...
best I can.
Sometimes you work it out, sorry, and sometimes it's a total guess. You're just like, don't know, I'm just gonna risk.
Looks like the
Oh, he's
best
got-
Morty won.
He's got 2 of these. So,
Oh man.
let's just finish this battle up. Dee. La 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 la. What's his last
All
one?
right, Morty. Don't get too cocky.
So this one is he's holding a board. So that I wonder if he's paper. Oh, he is. Oh shit! I should have switched. Switch. Oh well. Yep. So
Rip 'em
if you
apart,
do
Morty.
hit the wrong button or something, just switch it out. Because you usually get first score anyway. And then you go, and then just attack it. Hope you don't miss. And more or less every attack, I've not seen any attack yet which has less than 95% accuracy. Like every attack has 95% accuracy.
You think you can beat me with Morty's that weak?
I don't think so. So that's the general idea of that behind battling trainers. Yep, I'll collect the battle. Also, I think I've said it before in other videos, but always don't be a fucking trainer up here. Oh, good, he's facing that way. Always battle these wild Mortys, even if you can't catch them all. Oh, I've already got one of them. Don't want another one. Battle them anyway. It's the quickest battle you'll ever do.
Go, Morty. Shut up, Rick.
Well, obviously this might be a bit quicker than your standard battle, but usually it's pretty quick, and you're gonna get more or less as many schmeckles for a trainer battle, which might have 5 Mortys, as you will for just killing a wild one. And you also get a random item as well, usually. And that's when you beat it though, it disappears from the map. So if you kill it, disappears. If you catch it, obviously it'll disappear. If you run, it remains on the map. So you're like, oh shit, don't want to battle that one, I wanted the other one, because sometimes there's 2 together. So you can always run, and then it's usually on the map again. Not that it really matters. Apart from that, that's pretty much what you can do. So yeah, there's not really much else to say about when you're battling and stuff. Later in the game, just ignore all the trainers, go for the Rick. That's that. Because to be honest, finding the box, battling all the trainers, and then the Rick at the top, getting ticks and everything it's just your personal aim for that level, for that dimension. Nowhere in the game does it say, oh, dimension C1387, you completed everything but didn't find the box or something like that. The chance of you ever coming back to the same dimension is super slim. So it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, later on in updates and stuff, they might introduce like a list of dimensions, and then it might show you, oh, you've not picked the box up in these dimensions, yada yada yada. But for now, it doesn't matter. If you just want to go in and defeat the Rick, get that badge and get out, don't matter. There's no percentage of the game that says you've got to go and collect everything and beat every trainer. There you go. So yeah, I've covered most of the stuff. What else is there to cover? people have been asking about like the best Mortys and stuff. Mortys are all on personal opinion. There is one thing I'd say. Some people go, "Oh, that one looks cool. I'm going to use that one." Like, I think the wizard one looks really cool, and I've not got him in my team now, but because I changed him. But you just got to think, "Oh, this one looks cool. That one looks cool. I like that one." One key thing to look at is how much health they have. Now I'm going to give you 5 examples now, and I'll go to my where's the daycare as well. I'll go to the daycare first. Basically, because you're only looking at health at the start, you want to look at more or less all the stats. You know, you're like, ooh, I'll look at this stat and that stat, and then eventually, once you get to like 30 badges, don't matter, because by that time you can buy attack seeds, and if you just pump, for example, 1 true Morty stats, 800 attack. He definitely doesn't have an 800 attack and 509 defense and 401 speed. Definitely not. I've pumped him with like 30 attack seeds or 40 attack seeds, something like that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Just look at the HP, because that doesn't increase. Well, it does increase with the levels, but you can't artificially increase it. So on my team at the moment, I've got True Morty for 370. This one I can deposit. Your original Morty you cannot deposit. Unfortunately, he only has about 244 health at level 100. Oh dear. Cronenberg Morty, 336. About 330 seems about the average at level 100. Exo Prime is the highest I've seen up to now at 414. So in his scissors, I'd recommend if you can get him. There's also Exo Alpha, Exo Omega, which are the previous forms. Get those. If you find them in the wild, catch them and just evolve them into this, and then concentrate trying to get him up. His moveset is quite good as well. He's got 2 scissor moves, Invasion and Mind Meld. Not the greatest AP, but between them, you've got 13 attacks, and then Beam, which is 100, I think. Yeah, 100 accuracy and AP 8, so that's not too bad. Yeah, it's a decent protect if you want it. He's the highest I've seen up to now, 414, even higher than the 1 true Morty. I'm pretty sure I've done nothing nothing affects his HP regarding seeds, so I'm not going to deposit anything. I can just go straight to withdraw. At the top of this is usually in order of level, but sometimes it's not. So for example, Phantom Morty, who's paper, he's really quite low, and these are his base stats. These are what his stats are, that non-altered. So it's all right. His speed's really high, which helps, and he's got a really good moveset. So HP is not great, but if you pump him full of speed, defense, and attack seeds, it doesn't matter really. Just have a look at that. Wizard Morty, as I said before, have I done anything to this guy? No. His attacks, stats are quite balanced actually. Attack 217, defense, speed 219. That's pretty good. Doesn't have many rock moves, but you know, at the end of the day, when you can make or buy plutonic rocks, AP really doesn't play much. Doesn't play much on your mind and really bother you too much later on in the game, because you can just refill it pretty much any time. HP is not too bad, 322. But I'd say that is one of the key aspects of deciding your team, is look at the HP. The other thing is, obviously you're going to want a rock, a scissor, and a paper. And then your 1 true Morty, then your original Morty, who's typeless. But then you've got to decide what you want for the other Morty in your team. I've gone for Cronenberg Morty because he is the only other one which is typeless. Which means he's not weak against anything, but he's also not strong against anything. It just makes him a good player when... Obviously, it's random when you see him. You could see him at the beginning, you could see him at the end of the game. The same goes for Morty, though, the original one. If you're never too sure what type something is, like, is that a rock, is that a paper, is that a scissor, just send him out. He's typeless. So, whichever attack they use, it's just going to do a standard damage. And then you can decide from there, oh, he was a paper. Right then, let's switch out to scissors. That kind of stuff. So I've kept them both in my team. Obviously at the moment I don't really need it, but he looks kind of cool, so And his stats are good. His stats are decent. They're non-altered as well. This guy, yeah, I've altered him. Rainbow, I've not altered Rainbow. Oh, that's not too bad. Those stats aren't too bad. Fortunately, he's only got one paper move as well. So, there you go. But yeah, that's that. That's the team. Building a team-wise is like that. Find a good rock, good paper. Just ones you like. But what else is there to say about this? I'm pretty sure there was something else. Oh, as well, at the moment you can only get one. Wait, what am I on about? Oh yeah, there's only one Morty you can't catch as well up to now, and that's the mascot Morty. It's literally like really just not in the game at the moment. You can only see it, and then later on it might appear in a quest or something. Oh yeah, the quests, that's what I wanted to say. These quests, they're all badge based. Everything's badge based in this damn game. The more badges you collect, the more quests you unlock. You don't have to do a previous quest to unlock the next quest. So if I had 42 badges, but I still had not done oh shit, that's not the right one. And I still hadn't done the broken Rick mode, it wouldn't matter. I could still go and do any of these. I just have to talk to the right person. If the person is the same, has multiple quests, should I say? Like, so Jerry has a few. You'd obviously have to start with the first one and do that. Yada yada yada. I can't remember the levels for each quest. I'll try and find a link for it. I did find one. I think it was on Reddit. There's someone's very kindly. Let me see. Can I find it now? Ah, here we go. Even numbers, pretty much even numbers. So broken Rick mode is at 2 badges, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. They're not necessarily in this order, as I said, because you can find because you can talk to anybody in any order once you've got a certain number of badges. So if I got like 12 badges and then talk to Jerry first, and then talk to new low stuff, then talk to Macy, then Macy would be my second one. But whereas really Macy for the new chef in the Rick Gen, he is when you have 8 badges. So it doesn't matter what order you talk to them really. But yeah, so I'll put a link in the description. Probably also do a screenshot, I think, of this. And that just shows you pretty much when you'll find each mission. At the moment, 39, badge number 39 is when you do the last quest, which is, the last quest is Dude, Where's My Rick? That's the one you unlock at badge 39, sorry, which is the microverse battery. And then obviously later on there'll be more when you update the game. And what else is there to say? Don't know, nothing really. Just waiting for updates. Go catch as many Mortys as possible. Oh yeah, I'll show you the shop. Obviously now I've got, see, look at that, just playing those few things, I've got 4,000 schmeckles. I did nothing. So you can buy attack seeds, defense seeds, speed seeds, level up, mega seeds. These are really handy for getting that egg Morty up to level 20, because it's a right pain in the ass otherwise. If you want, you don't have to. You can do it the long way if you want. But yeah, your Morty team is anything you want. I usually try to get some of the rarer ones, the stuff that you don't really see walking around in the wild much. So like one true Morty, for example, and that's pretty much it, because they're all the others you see running around. But I think like maybe from like let's see, what can we say, 68, because from 68 to 79 I would say are rare, because these ones you can see walking around in the wild, but they don't evolve, so it's quite, so unless you see that one type, you can't evolve anything else to get to them. So, I'd call those rare, and then the bottom three are super rare, although Egg Morty is you get from a mission, so... But it's classed as super rare, I think, because you can't actually physically catch it or get it from the tickets game. What's it called? Blips and Chits. Stuff like that. Yeah, so that's basically it. Take your time in each dimension. That is probably the biggest tip. Go find the Rick, finish the Rick off, then go backwards through the level. Start at the end and come backwards. If you can't do it, go and heal. Because you've not lost anything because you've got the badge already, which you need to progress in the story. Alright then, until next time, bye bye.